Hi, my name is Ross Nally. I'm from Rathconrath, County Westmeath. I am a sculptor. I use metal as my medium. I use a welder and some techniques that a blacksmith would use in order to get the creations that you might see today. I spent 10 years in finance. I did 4 years in aviation, and we moved to County Westmeath in March 2020, just as the lockdown for COVID kicked into place. When we got here, we were kind of left to our own devices for a number of months, and in that period of time I converted a cattle shed that was to the side of the house into something more along the lines of a workshop that I can get some work done. Before I'd come to Westmeath, I was living in Dublin. I was born in Dublin. I had done a TIG welding course. I had aspirations to do some form of welding motorcycle downpipes. I'm an avid motorcyclist, or have been anyway. So that was my ambition when I came to Westmeath, and I got the opportunity to explore the welding aspect of things. It kind of changed a little bit. So one of the things I had in mind was making the likes of roses, some form of flora anyway. Started out with aluminium and mild steel, and then moved into more of the advanced kind of mild steel, more blacksmith style, once I got the forge down in the end. But from there, what I'd like to do, or what I wanted to do, was kind of test my ability, see what I actually can do. I did a couple of little side projects for myself, and they turned out pretty well, so I said I'll give it a shot, see where we can go from here. And I developed the first bar nail. When I was younger, I used to stay up with my mum and dad, and I'd watch the intro of the Late Late Show. The bar nail would come in and land, and then I'd be happy enough I'd go off to bed. So that was kind of with me for quite a while, and into my, since I became an adult as well, I guess. The location where I am in Rathconrath is lovely. There's plenty of wildlife, there's buzzards, there's a barn owl flying around as well. There's foxes, cattle, horses, the whole lot. So it's more, it's along the lines of an environment that I like spending time in fairness. So I take a lot of inspiration from that. So the first of the larger creations I made was the barn owl, a barn owl coming into land. It worked out fairly well. It was a 6-month project, but I suppose there was only 140, 160 hours in it, but it took 6 months due to the fact that I had little material. I was new to the game. I was running an extension lead through the bedroom window out to the workshop, and I happened to blow the fuses quite regularly. So it was a hit and miss for a little while until I really started to get a hold of things. The second one then was another barn owl, but I had it perched. So the first one was coming into land, the second one was perched, and I said to myself, I want a third one. And the third one, if I could do it some way, shape or form, I want to have it look like it's flying. I went through a couple of different ideas as to how I could manage this, but I ended up with what you see today, where the bird looks like it's soaring. The stand actually is mounted into the rear. There's 2 stands that go with this bird. The one that it's on at the moment is more of a desk or indoor kind of stand, and the other one is for outdoor. And the one for outdoor is quite large, quite a bit larger. It's 4.5 foot tall, 7 foot long, but it gives the impression that the bird is actually in flight, as opposed to kind of on a stand, as you can see the one here.